What's up, y'all? It's Eald Kevin, and in this video is a book comparison between The First Steps in Old English by Stephen Pollington and Introduction to Old English 3rd edition by Peter S. Baker. And in this video I'll go over my thoughts about these books. Now, I haven't read through all of them cover to cover. The thing is with textbooks, if you will, or learning material, well, the way I go through them is that I don't read them from start to finish. I'm more like, this day I do that, so I jump around a lot. And so yeah, but the thing is with these two books is that with Peter S. Baker's book, Introduction to Old English 3rd edition, it's more like the way it's written. It's much more dense in history. You know, like it will talk about manuscripts and the context of a text and whatnot. So so it's kind of more for people who are taking Old English in a university class or something like that. I mean, it's definitely a textbook of that nature, so to speak. But it's a great book, though. I mean, if you want to know the basics of Old English and whatnot, I mean, this book is good for that. However, it really treats Old English as a historical language, whereas this book, I've skimmed through it, and I have to say I really like Stephen's approach to Old English, because with this book, his book, that it treats Old English as if it were a living language, so to speak. So if you want to more dive in and less theoretical, well, I mean, yeah, there is some theoretical stuff and some more. This book is more how can I word this? More hands-on and more like straight to the action. And there's exercises and whatnot, and it's very. I like it. I like it. When I first looked through it, I thought, wow, this actually looks pretty cool, and whatnot. Whereas this book, it's a bit more abstract. It's a bit more. Kind of like a traditional grammar, so to speak, because like a lot of traditional grammars, so to speak, like Joseph Wright or what have you, that like they start with the start of the about the introduction, and it's very, I don't know, very wordy. Whereas Stephen Pollington's book, it's like really straight to the action. So if you're serious about learning Old English, I'd get this book. But I mean, the thing is with any Old English source, whether it's a book, a website, or what have you, they are finite. You know, no source for learning Old English is perfect, because some books elaborate less on some subjects, and some books elaborate more on a subject in Old English. So I would recommend to have more than one book. So if you buy both of them, that's great. So you have two different approaches to Old English and whatnot, which is great. So you get a fuller, more well-rounded take on Old English. So yeah, so the more books you have, the more sources you have, the better, because no book is perfect. You know, even like spelling errors or things like that. And you know, the thing is, well, I shouldn't say spelling errors, but like different approaches and whatnot. And again, no book is perfect. But yeah, I recommend both of them. You know, but definitely this one's more hands-on, more straight to the action, so to speak. And this is more textbookish in nature, more, I mean, yeah, it teaches you the basics of Old English, and I don't think there are lessons in Peter's book. No, it's more this like introduction of the grammar, and then it goes into the texts and whatnot, and you would have a glossary at the end for each word and whatnot, and so yeah, I mean, I definitely would recommend both books. And again, this is Peter S. Baker's Introduction to Old English 3rd edition, and this is The First Steps in Old English by Stephen Pollington. Okay? So, and the last note about learning Old English, the thing is with learning any language, it takes time. Especially with language learning, like, don't worry if you don't understand all of it, or any of it all in one night. That's why sleep is important, so for your brain to process what you've learned, and then the next day when you go at it, it becomes easier. So with any language book, especially with Old English, Read it very, very slowly and at your own pace. And it's okay to jump from one subject to another. You know, if you go back and forth, just take your time with it, and happy learning, and good luck. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, and if you want to help out the channel, I have a Patreon page down below. Thanks for watching. Bye bye now.